Hi, it's Ronnie, and welcome to All About the Boys YouTube Hop. It is a paper crafting YouTubers Facebook group that is doing the hop. That's a lot of words. Since it is all about the boys, I'm gonna scrap my two oldest grandsons there, and I'm gonna use P13 and Craft Consortium, and I'm showing the dies and other things I'm gonna be using, which are Echo Park, Tim Holtz Gears, and Diamond Press letters. And I'm gonna map my photo. I'm using the Craft Consortium to map my photo. It goes really well with this collection. And then I get to save those papers for, well, all it is metallic textures. And then I get to save the P13 papers for the background and the layout and anything else that I decide to do. But I can map my photos in metallic textures. I'm using Heidi Swap gold color shine here. I might have got a little carried away. I put a tiny bit on that paper and it was like oil. I mean, it slid all over that cellophane like I don't know what. I was afraid I was going to drop it before I ever made it over to my paper, but I did, and it went a lot farther than I expected. So I just kept putting it on there. And then I put on Heidi Swap tinsel, and I just used a little straw thing and just sprinkled it on there, and it comes out like a silver because those light bulbs have like a gold and a silver in them. The bulb itself around the edge looks more silver than it does white or anything. And then I'm putting white speckles on, and yeah, I did get a lot on there. I just kind of kept it going. I mean, there was no stopping me. I just kept going. I decide, of course, after I adhere my photos down, that I am going to distress them a little bit. And so now I got to put them back together. But those are my two grandsons, and we were sightseeing, and this was an old mill in Bollinger County. And I told them stop, I was going to take their picture. Well, instead of posing, they had horseplay. They only had one pair of sunglasses and two boys. This is the second time I don't know if it's this pictures or not, but I did one for one of the boys, for their scrapbook, and so I'll have to check and see which one that is before I put the other one in the other scrapbook. And I had a scrap of little bricks, and I decided I'd fussy cut around them, and I will end up distressing them because once I laid it down on that mess, they needed distressed. I thought, oh, they look too clean and pristine. I'm going to have to distress them too. But I'm going to go ahead and ink them in the rusty hinge just so the edges of them aren't white. I didn't want the edges of them white. I wanted them to look more like bricks. Yeah, the back side of that brick paper looks like the Craft Consortium metallic textures, only I used it as that before. And when I was looking at it, I kept thinking, boy, I wish I had some paper. Well, I do have some from Walmart Color Box, and it's very, very thin, and it's very hard to distress it. Use your distressing tool on it because it's so thin. And if you add anything to it, like inks or sprays or anything like that, it just literally falls apart. I did not know that before I bought it, but it's beautiful, so I have to really be careful when I use it. And then I just decided I was going to buy the Craft Consortium paper pad so that I could use it for lots of stuff, especially the gears. I mean, it is awesome to use for the gears dies and put them on the layout. And I picked some of my most favorite gears. I didn't pull them all out. I got several. There's a bunch in that package, and cut them out with the textures. And I made sure I used the ones that had the orange color, kind of matched the bricks. And I'm going to scatter them around the page too. And I kind of angled my pictures. I should have put the bricks down first, or at least took the pictures off. It's throwing me off a little bit trying to get them straight. And I thought, oh, well, I think they're straight. I'm going to go ahead and use them. But yeah, at the time, I didn't think about pulling my photos off. Now, my favorite way to use photos is color photos, of course. But I think I've used a little more of the black and white lately. I've used a couple. And this one I did in the sepia, and I would not have done it, but I took those pictures seconds apart. I mean, maybe two. It was pretty close. And the lighting was so unbelievably different. I mean, that was a big word. I got it out. But anyway, they were so different that I thought, boy, I hate to lay them on my layout and them be so very different. So I tried doing black and white, and then I thought, I think the sepia would go better with the light bulbs. So I looked at the light bulbs again and then decided, yeah, the sepia would go better. I didn't do, where you can take and make them darker as sepia. I didn't do that. I left it lighter. And we are in the basement there, so that is stone. I mean, it looks like stone to me. That mill is beautifully made. I mean, its construction is awesome, and the basement looks really good too. So I thought, while they're in front of that wall, this is right at the landing of the stairs, and there's like more stairs, maybe half a dozen or something, on past them where I was standing. But I thought, oh, that'd make a good photo. Not that they posed like they were supposed to, but yeah, they both wanted to wear the one pair of shades. And let's see, what am I doing now? Oh, I'm doing the cluster up there at the top, and there was a page that you could fussy cut out. Uh, had a bunch of, well, they kind of look like those boards with little letters on there, that you can put for signs like in restaurants and stuff. And this one said, laughter is the music of life. And then I found one that said repeat. And I'm using it with it. And of course, I had to throw one of the bricks up there. I could have cut more out, I guess. But at the time, I was thinking one. And I threw a large gear, too. And I'm also going to end up putting a camera on there. Yeah, now I'm putting the camera on there. Because I thought, I need one on this layout. And yeah, that's where it's going to go, and it's going to kind of tuck in. I considered layering it, but I didn't end up doing that. Down in the right-hand corner, I put a boom box, and, well, I haven't got it there yet. I'm still pulling out the gears. Oh, I'm doing the title. The title says Horseplay, only I'm going to change that. And it was a hard decision to change that. I couldn't decide whether I really wanted to do it or not. So while I'm thinking, I'm going to do the subtitle. Only it's going to be above the title, but really it's a subtitle. And it's all about the shades. And, like it's all about the base, but it's all about the shades. And then I'm going to change the horseplay. And the reason it took me so long to think about it, because it does take a while to cut those out and to layer them on top of each other and get all those little, well, it's marquee dies. And so it has these little holes in there for like the lights to shine through. Only I put black on the back, and I thought that would look great on there. And so I did the horseplay, and I used craft with it, but I decided to use the gray texture paper that I used behind the photos with the Shenanigans, because I was thinking, oh man, I could have used Shenanigans. How often can I use that word? And I already have the horseplay done. Do I really want to do them all over again and cut them all out again? Well, as you can see, it won out just because I like that word so well. My family always used the word horseplay, so that's what comes to mind first. But then, I thought of Shenanigans, and well, it just had to go on the layout. I mean, I don't know how long I'll have the horseplay before I use it, but every time I look at it now, I'll be thinking Shenanigans, I'm sure. But yeah, Shenanigans is my title. And now I'm going to work on that cluster over there with the little boom box. I had this label. It was from another layout that I started making because it's distressed. I know I started to use it. And I thought, well, I want some words on there. So I pulled out Snarky Chit Chat, Tim Holtz, that my friend Jana sent me. And I'm going to use one of them on there, and it's going to be relax. We're all crazy. It's not a competition. And most of those are first person, but this one wasn't, so I was able to use it on the layout. The others are good for my smash book because I do a lot of journaling in there. Hard to believe, I know, but I do. Like whole pages of journaling in there. I'm putting foam tape behind that boom box, and the antenna is really, really thin. I mean, it's not very thick at all. And so I thought I need something to keep it from getting torn up. Just laying there wasn't going to work. So I added foam tape to the back of it, and then I'm just going to fussy cut around it so it fits perfectly. And then I'll ink it so it's not white on the edges because, it is fitting perfectly. So it goes all the way to the edge and put it down. And it looks pretty good on there. I mean, I'm looking at it right now. And yeah, it looks pretty good on there. But while I'm doing all this and putting these finishing touches, on the end of my layout, I want to mention that down there below, you will find links to everybody else that's in the hop today. And since the um, theme of the hop, my mind went blank. The theme of the hop is all about the boys. There will probably be lots of layouts about boys down there. I know a lot of people mention that they have a harder time doing boy layouts than girl layouts. I think it's because there is more to buy of the girl layouts. You got a lot more to choose from than you do boy layouts. But I don't have a problem doing boy layouts because I got 5 grandsons and 3 granddaughters. So I do more boy layouts, I think, than I do girls overall. But be sure to check them out down there below and see what they did today. And back to the layout. Oh, I put that tag on there. I put it upside down so you wouldn't see the hole and I wouldn't have to put anything in the hole. And the it's the cassette, and it's got the little tape all over the place. You know how sometimes when you pull a cassette tape out, it'd just be destroyed. I mean, you wouldn't even have to pull it out sometimes. Sometimes it'd do it on its own. And that's what that is. And then there was on the fussy cut sheet, that collection comes with a fussy cut sheet, and I did buy an extra one. It has a bomb exploding, and I thought, oh, those colors are pretty good for my layout, except it had a bright yellow. So I took ink and inked it for the bomb. And let's see. Oh, I'm putting the enamel dots on now. And I'm using the white matte ones from Gina Marie. And then I'm inking them with my Rusty Hinge ink because they were just a little bit too white to go with everything else on the layout. And so I didn't ink them perfectly. There is a little white showing at the edges. But, oh, and I decided my Shenanigans needed some gold. Yeah. And, I like everything sprinkled in my layout. Anyhow, when I do put sprinkles on there, most of the time, sometimes I just like a little bit, but usually I want more. So I went ahead and sprinkled all the other things in the layout. I didn't use the other colors, just the gold. But that's it. That's my layout. It's all about the shades Shenanigans. And yeah, they had a good old time with those shades and seeing who was faster and moved quicker and who'd catch who off guard. They didn't get mad or fight or anything like that. They just had fun with them. But if you leave a comment down there below, I'll try to get back with you. And if you like the video and hit a thumbs up, I'd appreciate it. And if you are not subscribed to my channel, I would love to have you subscribe. And those of you already are, thank you so much. But yeah, there's my Shenanigans, and that is the marquee alphabet dies. And it does come with 2 sets of letters, one for the shadow and one for the front with the little holes for the lights. And I think they're like an inch tall. I think something like that. But I hope y'all have a happy, scrappy week. And I think I still got another photo or two here. I think I got in a big hurry. But yeah, aren't those lights cute? I just love those lights. They're just so pretty the way they done them. I'm sure that there was some creative license in there on the coloring because gold and silver. Yeah. But Take care and stay safe. And have fun on the hop. Bye.